So I thought I'd sit down and chill for this one. Last week, Bungie and Activision sent me down to the Bellevue area outside of Seattle to check out Destiny 2 over 3 very packed, filled days that were brimming with gameplay. I basically got a great sample of almost all aspects of Destiny 2. I played the game for 15, 16 hours, so theoretically I could give you my review of the whole thing right now. I played it in multiplayer. There was lots of other people in the room with me. We got to check out some strikes and some PvP action, and there was lots of sort of public events that happened as we were playing through the campaign, and I loved it. Cut to the chase, I think this game is sensational, and I'm not one of those Destiny diehards. There were several of those that were playing the game with me, and they were hooting and hollering and completely blown away by what Bungie has put together, and I could hear the excitement and how ecstatic they were, just bouncing off of the walls in the room. People that are huge fans of Destiny and have stuck with it. I think they're going to find tons and tons of things to love in Destiny 2, but I think the real story here is, and I think what Bungie is trying to do with this game, is to win back players that played a lot of the first Destiny and felt underwhelmed by everything that was delivered and sort of the cost to get everything that was delivered, and also a lot of the shooter fans out there that just played it for a little while and just said, okay, I've done these missions forward, I've done them backward. Oh, they've changed the voice actor now. It's Nolan North as our little robot thingy. They're trying to get all of those folks back, the skeptical ones out there. And I think that they've done a damn fine job at filling this game with a lot of new content and a lot of new story building and world building, which was absolutely missing from the first Destiny game. And I think that's where a huge chunk of the resource and the efforts and the energies on Bungie's behalf was spent. They really wanted to build a lot more narrative, a lot more storytelling, a lot of the stuff that you would find, you know, off of computers and trading cards and in the books and forums and things like that for the previous Destiny now is actually relayed to you by actors. And of course we got Nathan Fillion and Gina Torres and Lance Reddick. We've got huge roles in here as the leaders of the Guardians. They're fantastic. This is all about the Red Legion, a segment of the Cabal coming and devastating the last city. Anybody that's seen any of the trailers knows all this. They take down the tower, they take the light away from a lot of the Guardians, and you as your character, the character that you choose to be out of the 3 classes of Guardians, you can be a hunter, you can be a warlock, or you can be a titan, and they have subclasses and lots of abilities that you can power up and level up. But you choose your path, but it doesn't matter how you choose. The way you start is you're basically very weak and defenseless. Your robot buddy and you have lost the light, and what you think, you've lost all of your compatriots, and you know the city has fallen, and it's your responsibility to kind of see who's left alive and to do what you can to fight back against the Red Legion. And you basically start in the ruins and you claw your way back to gaining some of the abilities and powers. And we know, spoiler, there's tons of awesome powers and abilities in this game. And you know, quite frankly, the narrative and the storytelling in the campaign was just gripping, and I felt like I was totally there and embedded. I played as a hunter class, so I had this arc staff for a while, and then I got this super powerful gun later on, and then of course all the weapons that you can pick up along the way, and you're outfitting your armor. You know, I got the sense of accumulation and how fun that was with the first Destiny, but I didn't really get the Diablo-style hooks with the first Destiny. Playing through Destiny 2, I absolutely did. The chests and the rewards and the things that I would win and earn along the way became so crucial and fun. And it was just you know, an absolute treat to open up the stuff and equip my character with all of these new weapons. And I absolutely adored the experience of leveling up in this game. And I actually thought that the environments and everything benefit greatly from this being a strictly current gen experience. I didn't have to make a PS3 or Xbox 360 version of Destiny 2. This is only going to be playable on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I played it on PS4 Pro, and it looked gorgeous. I will say that the 30 frames per second in the PvP mode especially bothered me a lot. I did want to be able to move through everything a lot more fluidly. You know, coming off of games like Titanfall 2, where you just have this really fast, fluid, and frenetic experience, and it's just gorgeous, and it's popping off the screen at 60 frames. It's just, you know, so much more compelling for me. It's fun to use all the powers, and they've got some cool modes that are interwoven into PvP, which keep it compelling. But for me, I had way more fun just experiencing the game, sort of traipsing through these environments. You're on Earth, obviously. You're on Nessus, so you see, some of the characters that you've seen before. You see the Taken, you see the Fallen, you see the Vex. Of course, you see the Cabal and the Red Legion soldiers all over the place. There's the Hive. There's lots of different character types, and there's a lot more detail, I find, as well on each of the individual classes and characters and enemies that you fight, which makes all of that a lot more interesting. And now what's going to be cool for me is to be able to go back and replay this as different types of Guardians. I've played the beta as a Titan. I played my last experience as a Hunter, and so when I get the final game, I'm definitely going to check this thing out as a Warlock. Destiny 2 it's going to be pretty hard to refute. There's tons of great story in there, lots of cool characters, lots of value. Everything that I played was just part of the core, $70 sort of price tag, and there was hours and hours and hours and hours. They didn't let us finish the game because they didn't want us to spoil anything. They also didn't want us to see too much of the end game content. So I'm very, very curious to see what that was. It was incredibly difficult for me to put the controller down and walk away. There was all kinds of cool environments to explore as well. Saturn's moon Titan, Jupiter's moon Io, the European Dead Zone on Earth, the planet Nessus where all the Vex are with its kind of weird computer organic kind of hybrid, and they stretch on for miles. And as it was explained to me, the reason why this game doesn't run at 60 frames per second on the consoles, even the more advanced Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro, is because so much of the world is loaded in as you're playing, and there are so many different characters and players that populate the game world, and it's prepared for that. A massive server load. There's a lot of information, and you can kind of feel that too. You feel the money that's been spent on this title when you're whipping around inside of these levels that stretch on forever. There's lots of caves and nooks and crannies and hidden areas, and lots of places where loot could be kept. Listen, this is amazing game design and very satisfying. I am definitely going to be hooked on this title when it's launched and servers are lit up and people are playing this from all over the world. I think this is going to be one that's going to be very hard to put down for the back half of the year. I'm not going to score Destiny 2 yet because I want to play it some more, but it's getting a massive thumbs up for me, and Bungie put on a hell of a show by, gathering a bunch of us and letting us play through this thing. One of the most rewarding game escapes I've had in 2017, and I can't wait to play more.